Uh-oh. Welcome in. What's up, everybody? Happy Merry Christmas Eve. Welcome in. Just getting a couple things done real quick, and before I start my day too. There we go. No, I don't want to use that. I'm going to use a smaller rod. There we go. We got one of those and one of those. We'll be good to go. So we are just kind of doing our thing here. Grab one more tool. Got two tools that I need to grab. There we go. Need two of them. Okay, let's get this all trimmed down. Oh. Get off. There we go. That was almost a fail, right off the beginning. That happens. All right, here we go. So we're going to pop in some blue. And get it on there nice and smooth. It should be looking good. Just a little bit more. We're going to have to sandwich this with some darker amber purple. This is a bigger version of it. Let's see here. Yeah, we are. There we go. Now we're going to grab some amber purple. And I definitely want to check this. There we go. We're going to grab some amber purple and pop it in there. We're going to do two versions of this, though. This is a dark amber purple, and then we're going to use a lighter version on two different versions. Bring this in nice and gentle. Like that. And we're going to grab some blue again. And pop some blue on there. Ooh! That got a little snappy. What's up, Baitmaster? Happy to see an earlier stream from some of the East Coast. Awesome. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting some storms, so I wanted to try and get the stream in a little early, but I don't know if it's calm before the storm. It's super nice out right now. I'm like, it reminds me of Florida, the calm before the storm stuff that used to happen there. But happy holidays to you. Happy to see you. Welcome in. All right, so we're just getting this blue on here. Like that. And then we're going to add a little bit. I'm going to use the lighter amber purple on the end here. We'll try both versions. There's two versions of this color that I have. It's absolutely amazing. So this is the lighter version, which is my favorite of them, but sometimes the dark version is needed. All right, got that on there. We should be good now. So this is going to be a heart, like the heart shape. Right now we're working on the kind of stage. It almost looks like a pill. It's got like 4 different colors running off of it. Blue, then dark amber purple, a little lighter blue, and then some amber purple. But we have to do this in a different fashion here. So I got to make this into a ball. Then we're going to change direction. With it. It's kind of like a funky way to make it. I know it feels like it at times. We've had just tons of wind this year. It just doesn't feel right. Honestly, it really doesn't feel perfect. It just feels like we've had nothing but wind this year. All right, so I'm going to burn this other end off. And then we got to change it in a different direction here. And I'll show you what I mean. That doesn't make any sense probably right now. So Baitmaster, are you seeing one screen or are you seeing like multiple screens? I just want to see if you are, which version you're seeing of the live stream. Because I have 2 going at once. All right, so we're bringing this down into a ball shape. This is definitely going to be one of my favorite pendants to make. It is a heart shape. But the reason I like this is you put a hole through the heart itself and there's no external hooks, meaning it will be super strong. So right now we have multiple colors running around this way. So the colors are running this way. This particular process is going to require me to change direction now. So we're going to reattach it, but we're going to come this way. So it's going to be a completely new attachment. Like that. And we bring it out and tap it off like that. So now we got the colors kind of running that way. So when I go to smash it down into the heart shape, we should have the colors going up and down vertically a little bit, not sideways. And that's going to make a huge difference in the appearance of this. So we're just going to heat it up, bring it down. See, it's starting to droop down. Then we're going to bring it over and flatten it out a little. Create that. And now we got kind of like these tiger stripes running up and down it. That definitely is a good visual right there. Yeah, I like the zoom angle. I think it's looking good. Thank you for letting me know you got the 3 camera angles, because that's the newer version of what we're running. All right, so we're going to bring it out here, and I'm going to swirl those around. So I just kind of want to give it a swath of swirls. like that. Like that. All right, that's good. So it just creates this little bit of chaos running through it now. Now we're going to flatten it back out, and now we can proceed. I just needed to create this little blended version of it. Okay, we're going to flatten that out really well now. Bring it out. Okay. Next step is going to be grabbing it by the bottom, what I will assume will be the bottom. Nope, we're going to do the other side here. No, that side for sure. Like that. We're going to burn this off here. Then we're going to swirl that up just a tiny bit as well. And get ready to start the pool. I'm going to pull that chunk off there, though. Don't need that much on it. Is this glassblowing? It is both. Glassblowing and glass art. What's up, Mr. Cowan? So this form is called lamp working, and you can do both. So right now, this is the solid version of it. After we get done with these, we can do a little actual glass blowing too. All right. So yeah, you could do both. Oh yeah, the kiln. There it is. That is the AIM kiln. That's the smaller of my kilns. That's kind of like my small working kiln. I do have a bigger one on the side up here when I need to do bigger projects, but it requires a lot more electricity to heat up. So I try not to use it until I absolutely need it. All right, we're going to bring this out and flatten. Oh yeah. That looks good. Almost looks like a lollipop right now. What's up? How you doing? I'm going to have to say, Mopo, how are you? Mark Myers, thank you so much. All right, so we got that little lollipop looking. You can see the swirls running through there. Now comes the magic. Let's turn it to a heart. Before I do that, I do want to see if the filter works really good on this. So I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to show you what the filter, my glasses look like with the filter. I want to see how it looks on the camera with the new angles. So we're going to bring it out and check it right there. Oh yeah, that looks good. You definitely see a nice transition there. No filter. I got to learn to center it up on there, but yeah, it looks good. I can live with that. Spicy lollipop. I know, right? I'm not doing a side quest. I'm just kind of doing my job. It is glass. Yeah. Thank you for asking. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing fantastic today. All right, so the next step, we're going to heat up half of it, about 3/4. We're going to pull it down into semi-heart shape. So we just have to heat up enough of it, give it a slow, it's a very slow process to pull it though. Everybody thinks you pull it like as fast and as hard as you can, but we don't. Just bring it down very gentle. About like that. Semi-guitar pick looking. Doesn't it kind of look like a guitar pick if you wanted it? It'd have to be a lot flatter, but it would definitely look cool as a guitar pick too. I don't play guitar, so I guess I can't really speak about that. I can't really comment since I don't play. All right, next step, we're going to pull this little bit of clear off here. We're looking really good too. All right, I'm going to try and bring it out with the look here. You can kind of see those swirls, a little bit of color transitioning through. Then we get to cut the glass. I am a circle. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. All right, so we are going to cut. I love cutting glass. I think it's absolutely awesome. I remember the first time my mom showed me you could do this. She had normal scissors. I thought it was pretty awesome. Line it up and slice it down. And there we are. It looks really funky right now, but you can see where it's starting to get that heart shape going. I'll try and bring it to the side camera there. Yeah, that actually works. All right, so next step is going to be the fun part. This is where we start flattening it out and actually getting it into the full-blown heart shape. So we're going to heat one side at a time, not both, just one side at a time. I'll show you what it looks like difference-wise. So there's one side heated up, and the other side's still kind of wonky. Got to do them both. You definitely don't want to do both at the same time, or they will go in opposite directions the wrong way, meaning they'll both go the same direction, and it'll create a heart going in the opposite direction that you don't want. Okay, we're getting there now. Now you can start to see it's forming up. That gap in the middle is a little big right now, but we're going to close it up by flattening this out. So we're going to come up and we're just going to flatten it a little bit. It's going to kind of singe up that gap in the middle. Not make it so predominant. And there, see how much it closed it up and how it really created that heart shape starting to form? Okay, last check that I'm looking for, I want to make sure both those lobes are pretty rounded and they don't look like bull horns or something. So we're going to bring it out and we're going to smooth it out a little bit. Make sure they're both good. And we're looking good. Okay, next step. I have to put a hole through this. So let me find the right spot. Okay, that's the one where we're going to put the hole. So I don't like adding an external hook to this, like a thing dangling off the heart. This is my favorite version because we're going to put the hole right through one of these lobes. And it makes it incredibly strong. So if it does by chance drop, it should survive. I can't guarantee 100%, but it definitely stands a better chance of surviving as opposed to having an external hook. We're going to be using this tool here, which will meet the glass right in the middle and hopefully punch a little hole through it. Just have to line it up properly. There we go. And just wiggle back and forth. And with a little pressure down, it punches it right through. So now we got a tiny little hole running through there. And now just comes the fun part. We're going to add a little bit of width to that hole. I'm going to use this tool here. We're going to add some beeswax. So in this little cup down here, I have some beeswax. It's one of the things I love using because it won't scar the glass. So we're just going to come through. And you're going to see smoke coming off here from the beeswax, but honestly, I love the smell. It smells good. Thank you, Bait Master. Appreciate that. Yeah, please. If you don't mind subscribing, hitting the likes, and just hanging out, I love having you part of my stream. I don't take subscriptions for granted. Because like you, I also watch a lot of YouTube, and I limit how many subscriptions I give out because you just get flooded with too many not ads, but prompts to go see certain videos if you have too many subscriptions. So I don't take it for granted. I appreciate it always. All right, we're going to put a little more beeswax on there just because it smells good. I'll move that off to the side for the moment. So now we got the heart forming up. You can kind of see the colors. I'm going to warm this up just a little bit, and I'm going to show you the colors. So we're just going to warm it up a second. And I got my trusty flashlight. Make sure we're on super bright. I'm going to bring it right here. Hopefully y'all can see that okay. And we're going to shine the light right on it. Now you can see all the colors bouncing through there. Look how epic that is. Beautiful color combo. Absolutely stunning. Two of my favorite colors, cobalt and amber purple. I know beeswax is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was actually John was handing out subscriptions, and I appreciate him doing it. You can thank John. John Crook. I know, what a name, right? Awesome name. All right, so now we're going to pull this down into a little bit of a heart shape with a little bit of a twist. I don't like the hearts that I do when they're just straight normal. I like a little flair to them. They don't have to be super crazy, but just a little, almost like a comma swoosh on the bottom. Like that. So now we got that kind of comma swoosh where it's just not normal looking. I'm going to try and use the side view too. And there we go. That looks good, actually. So we're going to preheat this, pop it in, tap it off, and smooth that out, and that one's done. And pop it in the kiln temporarily. Now you guys get to see me dropping stuff in the kiln too. Okay, we're going to park that off to the side. I should make one more of those before we go too far. I want to have a secondary one. Let's do that real quick. I'll just make another one very fast this time. Little. You are not blue. You are not blue. You are blue. I definitely want to use a bigger flame, though. Could you fix something that's glass that's broken? It depends on the glass. It definitely does. Yeah, oxygen and propane are the two gases that are mixing. Correct. Oxygen and propane. It does not go through a lot of propane, but it will burn through a lot of oxygen. Yeah, it depends on the glass. Not all glass is the same. So there's something called the soft glass, which is your normal drinking glass, beer bottle, Coke bottle. And then there are what I use, which is called the hard glass. Pyrex is a brand of a hard glass. It is glassblowing and glass sculpting right now at 4,000 degrees. We are molten some glass at 4,000 degrees. Just a little temperature. Little barbecue temperature. All right, we're going to add this blue on here. Going to create a little blue button. And we're going to add the amber purple on. Another blue button, some more amber purple. And make that same heart, just a little bit different pattern to it. So we're going to add this in. After this, we'll do some actual blown glass. We'll do some glass blowing. I don't know what I'll make, but we'll do something. Oh, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Like old China glass bowl, I don't think I would be able to repair that. Is it clear or transparent, though? Caleb, is it clear or transparent? Because if it is, you do have a method to repair it that's stronger than having a glass blower fix it. There is a repair method that is super strong, but it has to be transparent. And there's another version too that you could use, but I don't know how durable it would be technically. All right, if I were amber purple, where would I have put myself? All right, I got to redo it. Hold on. I swear sometimes. So if it is a transparent bowl, you can use something called an ultraviolet glue. Ultraviolet glue was primarily used a lot for rear view mirrors on cars. So that's how they were able to affix a rear view mirror onto a car, ultraviolet glue. If it's a clean break, you can put a very, 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 very thin coat of ultraviolet glue on that break, put the two pieces together, expose it to the sunlight, and in 3 seconds, it'll be sealed. If not, you can use another one called Haxtal, Haxtal, I believe. I could be spelling it wrong. That one will be a little more difficult, but it could put it together. But I would not risk it with, if it's not a Pyrex type of glass, I would not risk it with anybody trying to fix it in the flame. Am I able to use any color? Yep, I can definitely use orange. Everything under the rainbow. All right, a little more cobalt. All right, we're going to add the cobalt button on here. So this is kind of a funky way of putting this all together, but it works. All right, little cobalt button, then some more amber purple, and this one will be ready to start transforming. So this is the color of the amber purple. You can kind of see it going ambery at the end. It's a transformative color. Classic old Chinese bowl from, I've been in my family for years. Is it toxic? No, not at all. You do have to have ventilation. You know, it does emit carbon monoxide if you don't have it ventilated properly. But other than that, no, there's no toxicity. Okay, there we are. Let's check something here. Okay. So next step is going to be pushing all this down a little bit, making it into a ball. Once we make that into a ball, we're going to be able to change it up in the direction so that the lines going this way will be facing out, not up and down. And that's the only way this works effectively. All right, so we got that going. We're going to punty up to the other side and make it look really fantastic. And there we go. Little tiny punty right there. Punty is pontile. Basically, it's a holding rod. I'm going to bring it out. Burn this one off that I'm tapping my finger on. So right now you see all the colors kind of running all the way this way around. We're going to change that direction here just a little bit. Won't take long. These take me about 10 minutes or so. This one's a little slower at the moment, but yeah, because we're explaining it. This is a heart pendant or ornament, if you will. I kind of call it a heart ornament. Oh man, stop. There we go. Kind of got in the stream late. That's okay. There's no late or early on this. Chevy 5-speed is in the house. Yep, they are definitely marbles on the table. Sorry, my chat kind of disappeared for a second there. So right now I'm just trying to shrink it down just a little bit. like that. So now we got it kind of almost roundish. Next step is we're going to rotate the attachment. Actually, I'm going to change it just a little bit. 1 second. I'm going to swirl these colors around now. See if I can do it that way. So right now, I'm just kind of creating these little blendy swirls. Okay, that should be good. So instead of having all the lines completely going this way, it's kind of going around. Pot bucket. Nope. Under the chandelier, it's a book. And 2 flattish vases. They're kind of like flat vases. They're squished. Squishy ones. There's so many people doing pumpkins. I don't do them anymore because the market's just flooded with them. I try to stay away from trends with what other people are doing. Nope, my glasses are a 3 with didymium. I don't like shade 5. I do not like shade 5. Okay, so next step is we're going to bring it out here. I'm going to show you what my glasses actually look like, though, with them on. So this is the didymium material here. We're going to bring it down. Oop, there. Bring it a little closer. There we go. Let me cut this flame down. There. So now you can definitely see how it's filtering everything out versus that. It's hard to balance the camera, though. Versus that. All right, let's get it flat. So we just kind of brought it down. Sorry, I'm getting used to the new camera angles. So created almost like a little mushroom cap. We're going to flip it around one more time. Do that one more time on the other side. Yeah, that bucket's fine. I get it. I completely understood it. What's didymium? That is the material that the lenses are. It's called didymium. It's also known as Philips Ace 202, I believe. I think it's called an Ace 202 from Philips. Could be very wrong. I know didymium is correct, though. I just hate saying that didymium now because of the diddy in there. It's kind of taboo. What about setting that up front and filling? No, I don't want to set it up there because everything turns purple. You would miss out on all the colors. You wouldn't see any colors. It literally diffuses the colors so bad, you wouldn't see anything that well. Like right now, pink, purple, a fuchsia, kind of purplish. They all look the same. I would not be able, I can't see it. So every once in a while, you'll see me kind of hint over the glasses just to try and see what color it is. But yeah, you would definitely miss out on the colors. Yeah, I agree, Mr. I agree. I don't care about him either. I just don't. I don't want to bring in the the term. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to keep it. I don't want to give him any more fuel, if that's it. Yeah, we definitely sell a lot of stuff. Right now, you can find us at starrynightglass.com. All right, let's round this out, and then we're going to start getting into the heart shape. This is where it starts getting fun. We're past the boring part here. I don't know what that was. I'm definitely trying to get this stream in before the windstorm hits. I'm on the West Coast, and we are expecting a huge windstorm. An ACE 202. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, they are protective lenses, correct. All right, so we're going to reverse this punty this way. And just so I know, if you wouldn't mind typing in chat if you're seeing one camera angle or three, like 3 different screens, cameras, or one. You got a bunch of wind in Wyoming? Yeah, we normally don't. Like Florida, I was completely prepared for it when I lived there. I've definitely roasted marshmallow, BB. Florida, I was always prepared for it. But like here, we don't have hurricane shutters. So we're not prepared. You only see one? Okay, that means you're on the vertical or the vertical. That's just telling me what I need to know. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we're running a multi-stream right now. Some people see it on their TV or tablet, and some are seeing it just on their phone. The view is completely different for both of them. I don't know what is making all that noise. All right, we're going to flatten this out. A little squishy. So there we are. We got kind of like that lollipop shape going. It just makes it really flattened out. And this is where we start going into the heart shape. We'll start blending everything over. Yep, there are 3 angles on the other side, on the other one. Tassie, thank you. Merry Christmas. Yep, on the TV version, the mobile or the TV app or a tablet, there's definitely doing that. Yeah, there are multiple angles on the other one. One that's close up, one that's off to the side, and then a generic one up here. The center mug. Okay, so we got to come through here, and we're going to start pulling this down. And this is the beginning of the heart shape. Very small flame. I don't want to heat the whole thing, just a little bit, about 3/4 of it. And again, we're making a custom heart right now. It's a slow pull, kind of pulling into like a guitar pick shape. And I like saying guitar pick because most people know what that looks like. There we go. All right, so we just pulled it like that. Yeah, unfortunately those ads happen, but you know what? It definitely helps me keep the streaming going. YouTube targets it in there. I don't say when it comes in. It just does it. But it allows me to keep streaming. I don't have to pay to stream, which is a good thing. Okay, so this is the actual shape right here. And we're going to do one of my favorite things. We're going to actually cut the glass. We're going to use these. These are specialized shears or scissors. And we're going to cut it right down the middle. So here we go. Just have to line it up really well. Right about there. And slice. Like that. Now we got it all cut. And we're going to start heating it and popping it around. So what happens is I'm going to heat each one of these sides, one of these little lobes, one independent at a time. Get each one into shape. You don't want to try both at once or it will more than likely fail. There are people that can do it. I just don't think I'm one of them. I like doing it this way. It may take an extra minute or two, but it's worth it. The extra control is definitely worth it. The only drawback is when you get it first done, it looks like a butt. All right, so there is lobe number 1 done. You can definitely see the difference between the spiky version and then it's rounded out. So when I get the other one done, it's going to kind of look like a butt. But we'll figure it out. We'll make it look really good. So here we go. And there we are. See what I'm saying, though? It kind of has that butt shape. I don't like it that way. So now that I have both lobes done, though, we're going to heat it up butt hard. That's funny. We're going to heat it up, and we're going to flatten it out now. It should tame the gap in there. Should tame it out a little bit, close it up a little bit, make it look a little more presentable. And that is the goal. Just have to get it hot enough. We're going to flatten it out a little bit. There we go. Make sure that gap in the middle is all sealed up really good. That is definitely a potential for cracking. Okay, now we got more of that gap mellowed out. It doesn't look so obnoxious. I do need to shape it just a little bit more. It's a little off. It was a little too wide. Okay, so we just mellowed it out a little bit. See how much better and cleaner it looks? That gap is not so predominant. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to use this tool here. These got these little tiny spikes, tungsten spikes in the middle. The hearts, I do not like having a hook on them if I can avoid it, because it's a point of breakage. It's where it could fail and break. Point of failure. So we're going to punch a hole right through one of these lobes of the heart, and that's where the hook will go through, or the necklace. Okay, we just have to line it up really well. Right about, nope, there. Then you just go back and forth, and it will punch through. No, I'm really just fiery guy. I don't like my name for like a public name. My name's Jason. I don't like it. 2 reasons. I mean, I like my name, don't get me wrong, but I was born on the 13th, so Friday the 13th, everybody's kind of using a pun on that one. Jason Friday the 13th. And then it just doesn't rhyme with anything. So I came up with fiery guy. I just happen to look like that guy, and he happens to look like me. My hair is natural. I don't color it. It's just been this way for 30 years almost. And we both got round ass faces. Am I AI? Nope. I am definitely not AI. And okay, there it is. So now we got this heart shape all the way around. And we're going to pull it down. Again, I don't like the common heart where it just kind of tapers directly down in the center. I think that's kind of boring. So we're going to attach a little punty up here. And we're going to create a swoosh on the bottom, like a little comma. Just like a little comma. And I think it makes it less boring. Now, it's not everybody's style, but it's just something that is my style. And artistic pieces are definitely subjective, so yeah, you kind of have to like my style. And I'm not offended if someone doesn't. Doesn't bother me. All right, there we are. So now we got a little bit of a tiny little curve at the bottom down there. Not much, just a slight one. I'm going to show you the colors, though. And here we go. Here we go. Here comes the reveal. Look at all those colors bouncing through. Doesn't that look cool? Off. See? This is why I do love this entire design. We're going to pop it out and done. And we're good. Now we got a little heart. Then in the kiln it goes. For a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it looks kind of cool, right? So if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, I would appreciate it so you can get notified and come back and visit anytime. I have a lot of wind kicking up, and I got to go see what is blowing around before something flies out of here. So I'll be back in just a little bit, but I got to go lock the house down, the whole yard. I'm in my studio right now, and there's stuff blowing all over the place. So let me log off for a little bit, and then I'll be back. But thank you guys for making my Christmas Eve so awesome so far. If I don't see you, I really appreciate it. You have been just a joy to talk to. Everybody in here has been awesome. I really appreciate you. Just absolutely thank you so much.